Okay, we're starting off today with our very first stance that we learned. This stance is known as a horse stance or a kibidatch. Now what makes it a horse stance or a kibidatch is that my feet are straight forward, and I know that by looking at the outside edge of my foot. My feet are 1 to 2 shoulder widths apart. That I know by looking in between my feet. I'm toe in line with toe, and my knees are bent. Now when we make our fists, we roll our fingers all the way into our palms, put the thumbs on the underside of the fist. We turn our hands up, and we bring them back to the side, and the hands sit on the top edge of the belt. We're going to start today with our 8-point soft blocks, and we're going to do that with our right hand first. So we're going to take our right hand, and we're going to draw it all the way across. So you, first time, and reach it all the way across the front of you, and you bend your wrist as hard as you can. Now you're going to bring it all the way across for number 1, and then your hand's going to be right out here in front of you, and that your hand and your elbow are at the same height, so one's not ahead of the other. Your elbow should end up 1 fist distance away from the body, and your hand out travels your elbow. Now we open our hand, and we bring it back across for 2. Comes all the way across, blocking a punch or kick coming in at you. Now we're going to draw down low. We'll bend that wrist as hard as we can. It's right here in front of your belt. And we're going to bring that hand up nice and high, right in front of the middle of your head. So you block the punch coming in toward your face. And then we're going to open this hand, and we're going to bring it all the way down for number 4. Now this is what we call the palm heel strike, or palm heel block. If my hand were my foot, these would be my toes, right? And this would be my heel. But it's not my foot, it's my hand. So we call this the palm heel. So you don't want to come down with your fingers in it. You'll get your fingers broke. Keep your fingers up. Now your hand travels around, and it blocks across the front of your face. Then it comes back around, and you're going to block and catch that kick coming in at you. We're going to turn those fingers forward as we push that kick up as high as the top of the head. And again, your hand is right in the middle of your face, right in front of you. And then you turn your hand to the side, and you'll throw that hand away, or that kick away. Now when I'm done, my elbow and hand are even with each other out there, so one's not ahead of the other. And then we're going to go to our left hand now. So the opposite hand, the other hand's a tight fist back to the side, ready to punch. So I have this hand right there. And we're going to draw with that left hand, and we bring it all the way across for number 1. And then we open that hand and bring it back across for 2. We draw down low, we're going to bring it up high for 3, bend that wrist as hard as you can, and then we're going to open our hand and bring it down for 4. We're going to round it around, we're going to block our face, we're going to bring it back around, we're going to block and catch that kick, we're going to turn the fingers forward and push it all the way up as high as the top of the head, and then you're going to turn it to the side and you throw the kick away. Now we go to our right hand again, stay in this stance. The stance again is known as our kibidatch or horse stance. Now we're going to go to our right hand, this time working our breathing. So your other hand, ready, switch hands, other hand, right hand. Ready, and now your left hand. Now we go with both hands. We're going to draw our hands across the front of us, and it doesn't matter which hand's on top, and we bring our hands out. Okay, so we do that first block, and again, we don't want to get out like a bird. We just want to just block past the edge of your body. Then we open our hands and bring it back across for 2. So you have one hand on top of the other, doesn't matter which. And we draw down, they come up here side by side, and they come up as high as the top of the head. And then keep your wrists bent as hard as you can. And then we open our hands and bring them down for number 4. And we come around, we're going to block across our face for 5, and you should be able to clearly look right in between those hands, right up there, right to the front. And then we bring them back around, and one hand comes up underneath the other. Now, it doesn't matter which hand's on top, but the fingertip of the one hand will meet the crease of your wrist on the other. So they're not overlapping the arms or just fingertips, okay? It's the whole hand. Then we turn the fingers forward and we push it all the way up as high as the top of the head. And then we turn our hands to the side and then we throw that kick all the way off to the side. Hands still out in front of you, okay? And we do it one more time with breathing. Ready? And